All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful business models out there. The idea is simple, but it's a total game changer. You create something once, and then you can sell it, well, pretty much forever. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can do it. I mean, seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. What if you could put in the work one time and get paid for it over and over and over again? We're talking about a system that's making you money while you're asleep, while you're on vacation, or even while you're busy creating your next big thing. That right there, that's the dream of passive income, and digital products are the engine that makes it all happen. So, what are we even talking about here? What is a digital product? It's actually super simple. It's basically anything that exists as a file that someone can download. You know, things like ebooks, online courses, those fancy Notion templates you see everywhere, photo presets for Instagram, heck, even stock music. If you can deliver it electronically, yep, it's a digital product. Okay, so why is everyone so hyped about this? Why do people call this one of the most perfect business models ever created? Well, it all boils down to this really powerful idea called digital leverage. First up, and this one is kind of obvious, but it's also completely revolutionary, you have zero inventory. I mean, forget about warehouses or having a spare bedroom crammed full of boxes. Your entire business, your whole operation, can literally live on your laptop. And of course, no inventory means no shipping, no boxes, no printing labels, no soul-crushing lines at the post office. It's just click, instant delivery, anywhere in the world. Okay, and this is where the real magic happens. The entire process, from a customer finding you, to them buying your product, to it getting delivered to their inbox, all of it can be 100% automated. You're literally building a machine that works for you 24/7. So think about it. If there's no inventory to store and no packages to ship, what does it cost you to sell one more copy of your product? The answer is pretty much zero. Nothing. Once you've done the initial work of creating it, every single sale is almost pure profit. That's why this is one of the highest margin businesses you can possibly start. Okay, but here's a super important point. To really succeed at this, you have to make a big mindset shift. You're not just selling a PDF or a template, you are selling a solution, a transformation, and that means you have to get inside your customer's head and understand the real reason they're pulling out their credit card. I love this quote because it just nails it. Nobody wakes up in the morning excited to buy a budget templates. No way. What they buy is the feeling of finally getting control of their money. They're buying peace of mind. They're not buying a spreadsheet, they're buying the end of their financial anxiety. And this right here is the classic mistake I see all the time. People sell the features, not the benefits. Look at this. A 20-page PDF guide. That's a feature. It's what the thing is. But your complete meal prep system for stress-free weeks, now that's a benefit. That's what the thing does for you. People always, always, always buy the benefit. All right, so you get the why this is so powerful. Now let's get into the how. I'm going to give you a super simple 4-step launchpad that will take you all the way from a blank page to making your very first sale. It really comes down to these 4 things. First, you find a quick win idea. Second, you create a high-quality product. Third, you choose where you're going to sell it. And fourth, you craft a listing that actually makes people want to buy. Simple, right? Let's break each one down. Step 1, find your idea. And listen, my biggest piece of advice here is don't try to build an encyclopedia. You want to find a quick win, something that solves one very specific problem for someone. And you know the easiest way to do this? Just go to a marketplace like Etsy, type in your niche, and see what's already selling. That's your market research done for you. Okay, step 2 is creating the product. And this is key. Perceived value is directly tied to design. So please, use professional-looking templates from a tool like Canva. It makes a world of difference. And again, keep it simple. Your goal is to solve one problem and solve it really well. A sharp, focused 20-page guide is 1,000 times better than some bloated 300-page book that no one's ever going to read. All right, step 3. Where do you actually sell this thing? You've basically got a core trade-off to think about. On one hand, you've got marketplaces like Etsy. The huge pro is they have a built-in audience. The con? Lots of competition and they take fees. On the other hand, you can build your own site with something like Shopify. You have total control, but you have to bring all the traffic yourself. Honestly, for most beginners, starting on a marketplace is probably the fastest way to get going. And finally, step 4, your product listing. Now let's look at a boring one first. Includes a 12-page PDF, 3 tabs in a spreadsheet, checklist included. Yawn, right?
It's so dry and uninspired. It's just listing the parts, not the promise. It doesn't make you feel anything.
Now, look at this, the compelling version. Gain clarity and finally take control of your finances in just 15 minutes a week. See the difference? It's night and day. This one sells the outcome. It's all about clarity and control. It answers that one question every customer has in their head. What's in it for me? This is how you make sales.
Making that first sale, oh man, it's such an amazing feeling. But you know what? It's just the beginning. So let's talk about how you turn that one little product into a real scalable business.
If you want to scale up, you really want to focus on 3 key areas. First, start building a whole suite of related products. Second, get smart about getting found. Use the search engines on platforms like Pinterest and Etsy to bring in passive traffic. And third, and this is a big one, build an email list. Give away something for free to get people on it. That way, you own your audience. Okay, before we wrap this up, I want to give you a heads up on 3 super common traps that almost every new creator falls into. Seriously, if you can avoid these, you're going to save yourself so much time and frustration. Trap number 1 is what I call analysis paralysis. It's that endless loop of planning and researching, but never actually doing anything. The solution is simple. Just launch. Pick a simple idea, build it in a week, and just get it out there. I promise you, you will learn more from 1 day of having a real product for sale than you will from 6 months of planning. Trap number 2 is bad design. You have to understand, in the digital world, design is trust. If your sales page or your PDF looks unprofessional, people are going to assume the information inside is just as sloppy. They won't trust you enough to buy. Using professional templates, it's absolutely non-negotiable. And the third and final trap is having no marketing plan. You could create the most incredible digital product in the world, but if nobody knows it exists, it's going to make exactly 0 sales. You have to have a strategy for how people will find you, whether that's SEO, social media, whatever. You need a plan to get eyeballs on your stuff. So let's wrap it up with this. You now have the entire roadmap from A to Z. Your very first product, that first quick win we talked about, could literally be launched a week from right now. So the only question left to ask is, what problem are you going to solve first?